Alright, I'll do the reasoning in another video. For now, these are just going to be quick. I'm going to compare the highest power of the top and the bottom. So in this case, that's x to the first and x to the first. They are the same, so I'll take the coefficients, 4 over 1. So y equals 4 over 1, so just 4. Here, the top is 1, the highest degree of the bottom is 1, so take the coefficients, negative 3 over 1. Y equals negative 3 over 1. Here, the x is squared, so it's got a big bottom, so that's just going to be y equals 0. Here, if you were to multiply out the bottom, it would be x squared, so a 2 on the bottom, a 1 on the top, so it's got a big bottom again, y equals 0. Biggest power on the bottom is 2, nothing on the top, big bottom, y is 0. Let's see. Big bottom, x squared versus x to the first, y is 0. If you were to multiply out the top, that would be x squared. If you were to multiply out the bottom, it would be x squared. They match. Take the coefficients. They would be 1 over 1, y equals 1. X squared on the top, x squared on the bottom. Take the coefficients, 1 over 1. X squared on the top, x squared on the bottom. Take the coefficients, 2 over 1. X squared on the top, x squared on the bottom. Take the coefficients, 1 over 1. X squared on the top, x squared on the bottom, take the coefficients, 3 over 1. X squared on the top, x cubed on the bottom, bigger bottom, y is 0. Let's see, x on the top, x on the bottom, they're the same, so take the coefficients, 2 over negative 6, which reduces to negative 1 over 3. X to the first on the top, x to the first on the bottom, they match. Take the coefficients, y equals negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. X is squared on the bottom, just an x to the first on the top, big bottom, so y is 0. X squared on the bottom, x to the first on the top, big bottom, y is 0. X squared on the bottom, x to the first on the top, big bottom, y is 0. X squared on the bottom, x to the first on the top, big bottom, y is 0. Let's see, if that were multiplied out, that'd be x squared, and that would be x squared on the bottom as well. Coefficient would be 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, 2 over 1, y is 2. X squared on the top, x squared on the bottom, take the coefficients, y is 4. X squared on the top, x squared on the bottom, take the coefficients, y is 2. X squared on the top, x squared on the bottom, take the coefficients, y is 1. Squared on top, squared on bottom, take those coefficients, y is 5. Cubed and cubed, they're the same. Take the coefficients, y is 1. Whew. Notice I didn't have any of the top-heavy case, but that's happening down here. Let's see, so x squared on the top and only an x to the first on the bottom. There would be a slant for this one, and you would do it with a little bit of long division. So that's what's happening in all of these, where the power on the top is bigger than the power on the bottom. Power on the top is bigger than the power on the bottom. So maybe I'll just do one of those so you can see it. And again, no explanations on this video, just super quick, and I'll explain why this happens in a bit. But if I were to do, for 58, if I were to do the slant asymptote for this one, I would take x squared plus 2x and divide it by x minus 1. I could do it synthetic if I wanted to on this particular case because the bottom is simple. But yeah, I can, x goes into x squared, x times x minus 1 is x squared minus x, subtract all that, and I get a 3x, and then x goes into 3x 3 times, so this will be 3x minus 3, subtract that, and I get a 3. So my remainder is 3, just ditch the remainder, and your asymptote is y equals x plus 3. And again, more explanation on why later, but this is just how to find them. There you go.